Hey trumpeters, it's Mr. Lenz here. Today I want to talk to you about flexibilities on the trumpet. It is the absolute best thing you can be doing to make your playing better every single day. It's like weightlifting for your face. And here's the skinny on it. So we want to slur between two different shells on the instrument only using our air, and this is the skill we practice. So for instance, it would sound like this between C and G using no vowels. So the idea is that our internal mouth shape would be going from an ah shape to an e shape. Go and say ah and say e. So when you're moving your notes back and forth, you're going ah, e, and that's what's slowing your air down or speeding it up. You're using the same amount of air for both notes, low and high. You're just using a different shape of air to get that. So let's try that together and see if you can go from low to high using that ah-e shape. Ready? Sometimes students will have a hard time getting the note to go up. It can kind of sound like this. And that's an indication that you might be trying to pinch your lips in the middle or squeeze your lips to get that note to come out. Make sure you're making your air do the work rather than your lips. A good way to help you get this would be maybe to start on a lower partial, whether it be second valve or first valve. And you're going to play the lower note, in this case with first valve, B flat, and you're going to blow at the low note as hard as you can until it flips up to the next partial. Like that. And it'll sound kind of ugly and kind of gritty, but that gets you used to how it feels to move up to the next partial using only your air and not your lips. Then start with an even more open mouth and then try and change it just by moving from ah, just changing your air shape. Same amount of air, different air shape. Like that. And then you're going to just work to connect your notes with your air, making sure to never stop your note or stop your air or your sound in between notes. For instance, like that, going between each shelf. Some students like to stop in between or pull certain notes in the air like that. It kind of defeats the purpose of the exercise. So make sure you're connecting your notes with your air and making your air do the work rather than your lips. The valve combinations that you can use in order to practice this, first of all, going down, you're going to start with open, then you're going to go 2, first valve, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, then 1, 2, and 3. Then after you've gone down to that lowest partial, which is low F sharp, then we're going to go up to the higher partial. So, and going up, we start on 1 and 3, we go to 2 and 3, then we go to 1 and 2, then we go to 1, 2, and open. So, going back up, will sound like that. So this is a good thing to include in the beginning of your practice every single time you play. It's a great way to warm up after you spent time buzzing and get the air moving the way that it should. So make sure to include those flexibilities every single time you play.